Hi, fourth grade. Welcome to week 7, day 4, our writing day. I hope you are all doing well and you are staying safe. I miss you all so much. I wish we could be together, but hopefully soon. Let's get started. So today we will get to show what we've learned about how rocks can cause destruction on Earth. And we're going to work on our letter writing skills, which is so great because you guys are wonderful at letter writing. And we're going to be putting ourselves in somebody else's shoes based on all the information we've gathered all week. So we'll be really working on point of view today. Our writing prompt this week is going to be this. Imagine you live in Hawaii. Write a friendly letter to Pele, the goddess of volcanoes, from the perspective of a person who survived a volcanic eruption on the island. How did the volcano impact the earth and the people nearby? Think about what you have learned from the legends of Pele. What might you ask or promise her? Use details from the text to support your writing. So before we get started on the mini lesson, I just wanted to share that that is your prompt today so we can really get our wheels turning. So the first thing that your packet wants you to do is to really go through a mini lesson about author's point of view. So it reminds us about first person and third person and reminds us a really simple way to think about it is when you're writing in first person, you use the pronouns I, me, we, us. And then versus third person, it's he, she, they. So we're going to be writing from first person today using I, me, we, us. And in our first person, we're going to pretend I or me is a person who lives in Hawaii and who just survived a volcanic eruption of Pele. So if I'm a female, I would pretend I'm a female in Hawaii who just survived this volcanic eruption. And if you're a young gentleman, you would pretend you're a young gentleman living in Hawaii who just survived a volcanic eruption. So we're going to look at the sample letter on the next page written by a fourth grader about surviving this volcanic eruption and what it's like to survive that earthquake. And we are being asked to put a star next to the parts where we thought the author had a really engaging and exciting voice as we read the letter, and then we could also circle any parts where we thought they had an engaging or an exciting voice. Because remember, whenever we're writing, we really want to engage or excite the reader. And letter writing is a great time to do that as well. So here is the letter. I'm going to read it out loud. Dear cousin Mary Ann, I am writing to you from my neighbor Elijah's house. We survived an earthquake. I cannot believe our family made it out of the earthquake alive. Prior to the earthquake, we were walking home from the county fair, licking our creamy ice cream cones. Suddenly, my sister, Anna Marie, said, "Do you feel that rumbling?" "No, I don't feel anything." "Wait, is the ground moving?" Oh my goodness, they even put dialogue in? Great. As we fearfully glanced at each other, we bolted up the street to our house to warn the rest of our family. Our family was already outside of the house when we arrived, and we ran because our house caught on fire. The timber that our house was made of was on fire, and all of the firefighters were working overtime to extinguish the fires with buckets of water. Wow, great vocab, extinguish. We were frightened. The buildings came crashing down as the gas pipes broke and the fires grew larger and larger. Man, I can tell this author really put in information from the text. They didn't just say like, oh, there was a lot of destruction that happened and we ran away. That would have been simple and not complex, and they made this complex scene happen in my mind. I can really tell what is happening in my mind. Can't you guys? Now that the earthquake is over, we have to start our lives over again. I feel like our city has turned into a sea of brown. Wow, what vivid imagery in my mind. So many buildings are completely destroyed and are nothing more than brown piles of debris. Half of the homes in our neighborhood caught fire during the during the earthquake, and we had to find places for us to sleep and live. Luckily, our neighbor Elijah only had city officials or only had a little bit of damage to his house, so he is letting us live there till we can rebuild our house. The city officials are saying that when we rebuild houses, we need to make them more earthquake proof so they are stronger and do not collapse the way they did during the Great San Francisco earthquake of 1906. I think that people will be talking about this massive earthquake for years to come. In closing, I'm going to ask that you tell your friends and neighbors to make sure that they will think about what they would do if they had an earthquake. It is probably too late to rebuild your house, but if you can get your new buildings as earthquake proof as possible, I think that would be making steps in the right direction. Sincerely, Deborah Jo Thomas. Wow, what a great letter. There's information about the earthquake. It made it clear that she was using first person. She used dialogue, and there were so many exciting descriptions. It made me feel like I was there. This student did such a great job, and I can tell she read a text about the San Francisco earthquake. After you guys write your letters, somebody should be able to tell that you guys just read 2 texts about volcanoes. So now it's your turn to write your friendly letter from the point of view from somebody who survived a volcanic eruption in their Hawaiian town. Okay, and your reader should gain some information about volcanoes and be excited and engaged to read your letter. So, just a reminder, our prompt is here. So go ahead and pause your video, read the prompt, and also make sure you're reading what you should include. So pause your video here, read these again. Okay, so our prompt is here. Obviously, after our prompt, we got to tap it out. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to tap it out and then come back for the tap on my screen to check it with me. All right, here's the tap that I came up with. Topic: impacts of the volcano on Earth and what people learned from the legend of Pele, and then what you might ask or promise Pele, your audience. You're writing to Pele. You're writing a friendly letter to Pele. And then the purpose is to engage and entertain. That's the purpose of any friendly letter. You want to engage, you want to entertain, you really want to make it friendly, make it awesome. Then on your option A, this is the part you should be planning on, is option A. You're going to take the topic and put it right at the top there. Now that we have that, we need to think, if there are 3 parts of our topic, how are we going to divide the 3 paragraphs it wants us to plan on this 3-paragraph outline option A sheet? How are we going to divide that up? Label it on the 3 sides now, please, and then come in and check with me. Pause your video. Yep, this is how I did it. So you have the impacts of the volcano on Earth and people, what you learned from the legend, and then what you might promise or ask Pele in your third paragraph. Your topic sentence should start, Dear Pele, and then you're going to skip a line. Maybe, I can't believe I survived your last eruption, and then continue. I'll hide my face so you could see this. I can't believe I survived your last eruption, and then continue. Go ahead and pause me here. If you need to copy any of this down, go ahead and pause it here. All right, so now you're going to take that outline and you are going to write your final draft of your letter, and make sure that you're using that checklist to write your draft. All right? Pause it here. Write your draft. And then it is time to publish your letters. So hop on Teams, share it with me, schedule a meeting, have your parent, mom or dad, text me and say, hey, Miss Johnston, hey, Mr. Freeman, so-and-so would love to share their letter with you. Or you could share it at one of our class meetings, or you could text a picture to one of us. Whatever you do, publish your letter, share your work with people. That's the point of writing, is to share and publish your work. People would love to see it. All right, tomorrow I will get on with more enrichments, just like we did last week. So make sure you check back tomorrow for week 7, day 5 for enrichments. If you haven't gone to this school yet, make sure you put on a mask, go to school, and get your week 8 and 9 packets, your last distance learning packets. As always, if you have any questions, please, please, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can always comment below. If you don't want to write your 3-paragraph outline, Miss Rowe is doing a modified version on her playlist. So check that out below. All right, guys. Bye-bye. I will see you later. Miss you.